I think that choosing a pope who has also spent time in South America brings a global lens, because Pope Leo
Yes.
lived in Peru for a while, brings a global lens and pulls the United States sense of identity back in line with a global sense of identity. That's a
Amen.
political move. I also think that his heritage, a lot of people are trying to claim Pope Leo. Black people claiming
Listen, he's
Pope
the Pope of the
Leo,
people. Everybody's trying to claim him. I'm just
Creoles, Chicagoans, Americans, South Americans, Peruvians, lots of people trying to
absolutely.
claim Pope Leo. In terms of like his blackness, I look at how he identifies himself. He does not identify as black. I respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
When I read that his people were from New Orleans, the first thing I thought was like, oh, they passed. They went to Chicago and they passed. They passed for
For
white,
sure. For
which
sure.
was a normal thing that people do. And so
Yep.
Pope Leo
That's
may
true.
not have even known about his Creole heritage until some reporter dug it up. And when you read reports from him and his brother, they say that they never talked about that. And I believe that
Oh, I believe it.
to be true. I also believe that if you are a man of God living in Chicago in the 20th and 21st centuries who ministers to Latinx folks, you have to have some level of racial analysis. You have to have some
Hmm.
sense of racial equity. And I hope that that sense includes the role of anti Blackness in the United States. I don't know that for sure, but I hope that it does. And I think that we just have to be careful in terms of ascribing identity or politics to him until he shows and proves what he's actually about. His brother and the people who are closest to him say that he's fairly moderate, right? That he can't quite be pigeonholed. I tend to believe that's probably going to be true. I don't think that he's going to be some, staunch advocate for expanding women's roles in the church or gender equity in the church. I don't get a sense that he's necessarily going to be a big push for expanding, massive racial equity around the globe. But I do think that he is going to be a person who carries a global awareness that includes racial and ethnic analysis at a certain level in terms of the decisions that we make. And time will tell whether that's an equity analysis or a charity analysis or an equality analysis or a service analysis. You don't know. But that's my initial thought on Pope Leo XIV.